everybody. Welcome back to the Subjects Podcast. I am joined today, as promised, by my co-host Sebastian. Sebastian, introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, I'm Sebastian, as he introduced me and such.
Yeah, he broke right into my house and was like, "Are we gonna do this or what?" And I'm like, "Funny you should mention that." My buddy James. But yeah. All right.
They were also playing Terraria as background.
Yep, got that up. It's already not working, so that's fun.
You might need to create a character before you join me, though.
I'm pretty sure I had one created, but
For PC, it's different on PC.
Okay, I do have a character already, but yeah, I had planned on not doing this for the first episode, but I guess technically like episode 0 already came out, so I will discount this rule of trying not to talk about the pandemic.
Yeah.
Maybe if you want to hit me with another invite again, but yeah, it's very interesting time to create content.
It's like prime time.
Oh, indeed. And I'm joining you now. It was very... I don't know, it really lets your creative process kind of take form, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm wondering what happens when I get you on with James. His schedule is, I'd say, a bit more constrained than ours because he's a very good hard worker. But yeah, I've had a lot of trouble getting my friend groups to mesh.
Yeah. I don't know. The thing is like once I find my friend group, I don't go on groups the greatest.
Yeah. Like I remember pretty much the only mix of friend groups I've ever had in the city in which we currently live was between you, me, and two other buddies. And I remember you were like, the black dude's okay, but the other guy was kind of weird, kind of boring. And I was like, I can see where you're coming from.
Didn't you, like, our freshman year? Was it our freshman year? Yeah, I think it was our freshman year that you had one of your friends come over for Get 'em?
Yeah. He was like that because I had went to a different middle school because I switched towns in like I don't know, like the end of 7th grade. I moved up here, so I had like one off year in a brand new middle school, and it was the most boring, worst time. And yeah, I made one friend, not one friend. I made a few, but like that was the one guy who got to come to our gaming event we hold at school, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, I didn't get along with him all that well. Probably because I found him to be a little cocky.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I've just personal experience, never had the best time with people who think themselves so high. Probably because I've done that in my own head and just doesn't mix well. I've seen.
Yeah, I have a story I might be able to tell about that. That's a bit more concurrent, but yeah.
I just found a can of worms.
Interesting. I didn't know there was.
No, that was a thing.
Yeah. But I guess what do we know about this game? You more certainly.
No,
but...
the thing is I know a lot about the Xbox or the console version of this game. PC's out of my realm because this is updated beyond console.
Indeed. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm very burpy. I just got a new kind of hot sauce.
I haven't eaten dinner yet. I'll probably eat dinner after this.
Yeah, sounds good. There's no good I don't know, I haven't found a really hot sauce that I like. because I bought a new bottle when me and my stepdad went to the store today. And it was interesting enough, but like, I wanted to be crying like the dude on the actual bottle.
Oh my, what the hell? So, yes, it was indeed a can of worms that I got an enchanted and nightcrawler. So, that's interesting. Anyways, back to what you were saying, sorry.
Do you go for spicy food at all, or?
There's some things that I'll go for wanting to be spicy, and some things that I don't. Overall, probably have to say not really.
Yeah.
Spicy's not my thing. I love sweet foods, but never been a big fan of spicy.
Yeah, I definitely have a sweet tooth as well. Oh, I'm stuck. You. Oh no.
How are you stuck? Where are you?
Okay, there we go. Anyway, but yeah, I'm wondering. I think you and James, will have enough in common for it to be a bit easier to get along. But yeah, who knows?
I'm hoping.
I think you're both a touch cynical, so
Gotcha.
we'll see. I don't know if I should tell this story or not, but maybe later. Anyway, the Doom DLC came out, the second one, and
I've heard that some people found the story a little lackluster, but the gameplay and fights and stuff were pretty good from what I hear.
I don't know how you can find the story lackluster. The story is way more in your face than anything else that has come before in terms of like a Doom game.
I don't know. That's just what I've heard. I usually take your word over theirs, so.
Yeah. Well, I'm a very specific type of like fan of things in general. I feel like I can be kind of forgiving, like with I don't know, I'm a bit of a defender of like The Last Jedi and stuff.
I loved The Last Jedi. I actually really found that game to be fun.
What? I'm talking about a movie.
Sorry. My brain went to game. Don't know why.
What game?
My brain went to fucking Fallen Order for some reason.
Oh no, that's an excellent game, of course.
My brain went to that. I don't know why my brain went to that. I just don't think about those movies very often. That's all.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not that I don't like them. It's just that I never have a reason to think about them.
Right. It's very. I don't know. Disney did something interesting with them.
It was interesting. It wasn't very well received. I didn't hate the movies, but I didn't like them necessarily.
Yeah. I just like the one that got like that was like, oh, the fan base is broken now. Like we Star Wars fans are like a different being.
Yeah.
But I just think it was a bit of like a bit of a more like character driven thing, rather than, you know, like the characters just doing like cool stuff that's sort of in the vein of old Star Wars. Like it was a bit more of a. It was definitely the thing that broke away from The Force Awakens being like a rehash of the original.
I loved The Force Awakens, but it was in a lot of ways just a replication of the original first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there's a spear in here if you want to grab that.
Oh, cool.
I liked the movie, and I actually got into a lot of arguments with my dad about the movie and like how Finn was force sensitive. I knew from that first movie that he was.
Yeah.
But my dad just refused to hear me out. Nah, no way. I'm like, but there's undeniable evidence, Dad.
Yeah. But yeah, back to the DLC. From my perspective, I'm very gracious with it. But I can see the criticisms people have so far. It was not nearly as hard as the first one, the first DLC, I mean, which was like notorious, like this shit is designed like video games in the 90s were designed. It's hard, it's like cramped and shit.
I enjoy a game like that because it's a game that's willing to push your bounds of anger.
I definitely am a better player for having beat it, even if the final boss literally took me upwards of 2.5 hours.
I heard that a lot of people apparently struggled with the final boss of the first game, or the base game. Apparently, a lot of people struggled with that. I'm sitting here like, I beat that on my first try. Didn't feel very hard to me.
Yeah, the Icon of Sin is such an interesting fight because, like, either you're doing really well and you're in, like, the flow of it, or it's like, oh, I wasn't paying attention and his fists just, like, flattened me. Like, I'm a pancake now.
See, the thing is, it's like I went into that fight with really low supplies and stuff, so I wasn't very well equipped going into that fight. But I had spent most of my time beforehand preparing just my character overall to fight him, and that might be why I was just more or less breezing through it because I'd done almost everything prior to it.
Yeah. Really, there aren't many games like Doom where I'm just like, I love it. Like, it's...
Yeah, there's one game that I'm like, I love, no doubt in my mind, and that is Fallout New Vegas. Absolutely phenomenal game in my opinion. One of the best.
I haven't been able to, like, get into it yet. There's so many games that you just, like, start, you, like, play them for one sitting, and then you just don't find the time for them again.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of games like that I have like that. Ironically enough, so Death Stranding, I talked to you about that game. You've said it seems like a very interesting game, you know? And it is a very interesting game. It's not in the realms of normal games nowadays, but it's a good game.
Yeah, I certainly love, like, the deviation from genre that it does.
Yeah, it's a post-apocalyptic game, and ironically enough, I heard that if you either die or kill another, like an enemy in the game, it's actually frowned upon to kill enemies in this game, because if you kill an enemy, you either A, have to go burn the body so it doesn't explode, or B, if you leave the body there, it'll create such a massive crater that impacts your own world.
Yeah.
Like, it'll actually change the environment of the game. Unless you let the body explode too close to a city, then it's kind of, it's like, hey, you messed up. We kind of got to throw you back a little because story can't have you completely destroying the game. But for the most part, it lets you kind of play the game how you want to play it. There's also cyberpunk references in the game. There is... yes, it came out before, but they updated it so that there were cyberpunk stuff to do in the game. There's Half-Life stuff in the game. You can get a head crab, a hat. You can get Alex's gloves, her gravity gloves from Half-Life Alyx.
I gotta buy that soon.
Please get that soon, dude. Like, I really want to try that game out, and I want you to experience the beautiful masterpiece that it is. Because I watched Jacksepticeye play it, and just watching, it was magnificent.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be a game that you'd really enjoy.
Indeed. I bet it will. Yeah. Even games like... Well, I guess Boneworks probably has a bit more of, like, replayability stuff to it, but, like...
It kind of does. Because the thing about Boneworks is a game that's about kind of fucking around and trying different shit all the time. The thing about Half-Life Alyx is it's a story game.
Yeah.
Unless you really enjoyed that story and are willing to go through it again, it's not a game that you could just replay on a whim.
Yeah. Actually,
it's like semi-open world.
Yeah. Actually, though, I am going through Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, which is a excellent zombies VR game.
Yes, it is.
And it's gonna take me a while, but I want to, like, build back up to it because I had started the final mission with, like, okay stuff, but I had really played that game being oriented towards, like, every day I should be completing something for the campaign, when it didn't really need that.
You could honestly spend more of your time just running around and such than you needed to be doing stuff.
Yeah, because now I want to have like a wonderful arsenal to like play with, even for like that final mission too. Yeah. But I swear, I'm not gonna lose track of what I'm saying. I'm gonna get through my summation of the Doom Eternal DLC, the second one.
Yeah, sorry. We keep getting off track.
No, it's fine. This doesn't need any sense of linearity. But I liked it. I knew that it was certainly way easier, and like I just didn't really care. Like I had a challenge. I played it on the hardest difficulty. Unlike the first one, I'm like, oh, I could certainly take this on Ultra Nightmare. Sorry. But I didn't really mind, and the story was interesting. I feel like Hugo Martin, being the game director, was definitely smoking a little something, along with the writers, because it's so interesting what they came up with, and it's very convoluted. And whether you like it or not is really subjective, but like there are some retcons that I didn't appreciate in the second one. I'm kind of okay with where the story went, but it feels like between the two DLCs they had multiple like realities that they couldn't really decide on.
I see.
I actually did something. I'm a big advocate for people to have like their own headcanon, like just for them to have their own personal beliefs about a story. Like something happened in the DLC, I'm like, no, that's not real. For me anyway, that didn't happen. It went this way.
No,
It went this first
I
way
get
you told
that.
me. Yeah. Which is interesting. I feel like, you know, if that were normalized, it would be harder for creators to maybe wouldn't be as confident in making their stories. Not that this would ever turn into a big thing, but like, it's like, oh, people are just gonna like be like, no, it happened this way.
That's why I like games that will let you choose how the story goes, you know? Like it'll have a form of linearity to it, but not too much.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently those fairies lead us to shit.
I did get an achievement. So I will follow them. I will follow the will of the wisps. But yeah. So that's pretty much it. I do think we should hang out so you and I can experience that DLC, because yeah, from a gameplay perspective too, it is a sight to behold, especially the first one. I heard, unfortunately, they nerfed the first DLC. Like, they got rid of some of the stuff that made it hard, and that I disagree with, even though the sheer level of challenge isn't my very favorite. I feel like you should be consistent, so that way it's always the same thing that you're getting better at.
I know, I get that.
And they're not like bowing down to the casuals.
That is one thing that I've disliked about modern day games sometimes, is that I just killed those fairies on accident. I don't know why I'm going up here. This is just where they were going, so I'm seeing if there's something up here. A lot of game companies are trying to get casual people to play, and it's like, I understand that. It's just sometimes they try to get their game to be too casual, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are certain games that are, example, Call of Duty. Game used to like actually take some skill to play. Now everything's up in the air, like the bloom system. Such bullshit. It decides whether or not your shot's gonna land. It decides whether or not how much damage you're gonna do. It's stupid, and it only affects those who are either playing so poorly that they have to boost them, or people who are playing so well that they have to nerf them mid-game. And skill-based matchmaking, I both agree with and not agree with it. Certain games, yeah, should have skill-based matchmaking. game like Apex, though, sometimes I'm a little upset about it because you get people who try to more or less smurf their way through everything, which is stupid.
Doom Eternal actually has a hilarious lack of like ranked matchmaking.
You've talked about this, and I find it so fucking funny that there's like no skill-based matchmaking.
I am at like level 360, and I could be put into a match with a person who is level 1.
Yeah,
So-
literally, like, just started the game.
Yeah, like, dude, have you even like hopped into the campaign yet? You know that's what this game is for, right? The campaign.
Yeah, it's funny. I did. So on Game Pass, they did with Bethesda being bought by Microsoft and such. A lot of Bethesda games have made it to Game Pass recently, so I got to play the original Doom games and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And playing them, I got some bonus content in Doom Eternal. I
Yeah.
got the special skin and stuff, which I just thought was really cool. Why they decided to make it gray, I don't know.
Yeah.
Very interesting color choice, but hey, I'm down for it.
I think they just want to cover all the bases since like the classic green skin like is
Yeah,
in the base game.
The OG's green was already gone.
Yeah. Okay, so what were we talking about? Give me a second.
Good
Um,
question.
Oh, how'd you die?
I got killed by some enemies in the Crimson Zone, which is like the infected part of the map.
The
More or
utter
less.
hubris on this lad.
Ugh. Now I'm back at spawn, so I'm gonna go right now.
Okay, I will join you because
If you have recall potions, you can use those to teleport back to spawn, or just die. That
Right.
works too. Oh, it tells you where spawn is on the map. I did not make it very far left.
yeah. Speaking of I wonder though, cuz I was just thinking like back in the day you had like a game cartridge or a game DVD that once you sent it out, it's out for better or worse. Like what was that one game where if you uninstalled it on your PC, it would delete every file on your hard drive? I doubt we remember what it was, but
I don't remember it, but I remember it being like a huge thing for a while.
I'm pretty sure it was whoever it was either like a sub company or like the company, which would be Bungie, that made Halo. Like that was something that happened before they made Halo.
Very possible. I can't remember entirely,
Mhm.
but yeah.
Yeah.
I do find it funny though that because of the fact that the whole digital thing didn't really exist back then, that if you made a game and you sent it out and stuff, it was out there. You couldn't really take it back very well.
Mhm.
And you really got to see that happen with the ET game, which my dad remembers very well. And how
That's
bad it was.
that's my favorite.
It was so bad that they had to round up as many copies as they could and bury them in the fucking Sahara Desert, I think?
Yeah, I watched they had to like send them on a rocket ship. And they were like, "Okay, ET, your game sucks. Time to fucking phone home."
Yeah, pretty much. It was such a bad game. Not only was it bad, it was so bad, it was difficult.
Yeah. I was watching one of the like documentaries about video games, which always a little bit seem a little fucking boring to me. Like, is that a weird phenomenon to you? Like, you would rather just play them, or?
Sometimes, yeah, but sometimes I just like learning about everything.
Yeah, I feel like just the presentation was a little like, I'm remembering it as it was like a little too like high end for me to. I don't fucking know what I'm saying. Never mind.
I don't like watching like documentaries on a thing like video games because they're out there. I just don't like watching them. If I'm gonna learn about the history of video games, I'll either A, do the research myself, or B, go watch a YouTuber.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't discount YouTubers because Ahoy
I
is
I I love watching YouTubers who do like the history of video games or the history of whatever. It's just more entertaining.
hmm Yeah, Ahoy is a wonderful example of that. His voice is like perfect for documentary
feel like
stuff.
If Markiplier, for example, if he didn't go down the route of gaming on YouTube, I feel like he would have made a really good either storyteller or somebody like that just kind of tells you the history and stuff. Because his voice is very
Silky smooth.
it's very deep and silky smooth, and I don't understand how he got blessed with such a nice voice.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things he's known for is his voice. Not only is he a YouTuber that is surprisingly in wonderful shape.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen pictures of him, Evan, then oof.
I've watched the pole dancing video.
Yeah, no.
Game
He's
Grumps?
gotten in even better shape since then.
I mean, I bet, yeah.
He's in magnificent shape for being a YouTuber who plays video games and stuff. Because the stereotype, we're fat. That's
Yeah.
the stereotype.
I mean,
When in fact, yes, there are those of us who are fat, but some of us are in shape.
yeah.
We're at least trying to be. A lot of YouTubers actually are in surprisingly good physical condition.
Such, man, just an interesting oh, you're a YouTuber? Sweet. You could hit the gym if you wanted. I don't know. I don't think that's too big of a stereotype.
I still see it around a lot more than I'd like to. And the thing is, though, is it's usually a lot of older people who think that,
Yeah. God dang.
which
this
doesn't surprise me.
slime soft locked me in a little pit. on
And then
the
you got
side.
my grandfather who went out of his way to try and handpick the best of the best in my budget.
Nice.
Fully supports gaming and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it'd be odd if he didn't, with him being a fucking hacker, like straight up part of a security team that hacks their own stuff to make sure it's secure.
Yeah, ethical hacking.
Exactly. And it'd just be bizarre being, on a team like that and not supporting something like this.
Indeed.
Be very hypocritical, in my opinion.
Yeah. But I was gonna say, so it used to be when you send out a game, it's out. And that has obviously changed, but I wonder if we can pin down what the biggest thing that we sacrificed in trade for patches and stuff is. And now that I'm thinking about it, it would probably be just the integrity that games used to have when they launched.
I honestly agree with you because of the fact that with the making of oh fuck.
I will
With-
not
with-
follow you.
With the creation of being able to patch a game after it's been released, it makes game companies be willing to release their games before they should,
Yeah.
makes them think, oh, it's fine if we release the game when it's not finished. And I'm not gonna be that person who looks at Cyberpunk as because they didn't want to release the game for another year or two.
Yeah, I'm totally fine blaming shit like that on executives.
I blame it on the executives, not the development team. I
Mhm.
blame it on fucking the gaming community with that one. That's one that I blame on the gaming community because of how hard some of them pushed, sending death threats to the company, man.
Death threats for something you want is so fucking funny.
It makes no sense in my head. You wanted this game to be out now.
Mhm.
They weren't finished with it, but you wanted it. So they aren't gonna sit around and, yelled at constantly because of it, and the executives wanted the game out now. The, the development team didn't really have a lot more time to work on the game, at least not as much as they would have liked. They wanted to finish the product. The product wasn't finished, and I don't think it'll ever be finished now.
Just this idea of like this sweaty like Master Chief 99 XX going, listen here, if you don't ruin your marriage and mental health with a work schedule that gets this game out by Christmas, I'm gonna kill you.
It doesn't make sense to me. Fun fact, completely off topic, but relating to gaming nonetheless, and the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Remember how in Infinity War, I can't remember entirely how to pronounce his name. The Rock guy. I know his name.
Yeah, I know.
I think Krieg.
Right.
Probably saying it wrong. Whatever. Remember how he's getting bullied by a guy on Fortnite, and his name was New Master 69?
I think you might be talking about and did you say Endgame or Infinity War?
No, Infinity War. It's Infinity War, right?
No,
Or is
it was an Endgame.
Endgame. Sorry, I'm getting my movies mixed up. It's been a while since I've seen any of them.
But yeah, he was in that GameStop commercial, wasn't he?
Yeah, and it's that dude from Civil War.
Yeah,
who's
the
talking
Red
to
Falcon.
Cap. And I just
dude
found
from
that
Civil War.
hilarious that dude was New Master 69. He was in Endgame without meaning to be in Endgame.
Yeah. Ah, man, like he didn't earn it, you know. Like I'm not gonna gatekeep the character, but
Also, did you notice how skinny he got? Like, I'm not body shaming or anything, but he got really skinny.
right. Oh man, dude, I hate Quora. Do you know what Quora is?
Explain to me.
It's like a forum website, and I don't even know how I got there. Like, I must have researched some random thing, and I like went on Quora, and then, like, in order to read it, maybe I gave them my email. I must have, because they've been emailing me the stupidest fucking questions ever since. Such as the most recent one, which really settles it in. Not that it needed to, because every time the forums ask the stupidest fucking things, and you're gonna like this.
Oh, I'm sure I am.
My son keeps watching anime. How do I tell him it's just for little kids?
I want whoever thinks that to go and watch Attack on Titan. Yes, High School DxD. What a wonderful, wonderful anime for children.
Yeah.
Definitely for children.
Ah, shit.
You made the wrong type of character, bud.
I'll be back.
You made your character so you drop everything on death, didn't you?
I'm no coward. That gives me a reason to fear death.
The only reason that I don't do that is because on this game, I die too much for me to be willing to make it like that, you know?
Yeah.
I'm
Okay, I was just speaking about, yeah, and I'm sure, like, I didn't even want to click on it because I saw that the rest, like, the response was, like, something along the lines of, well, there are certain types of anime, and there's lots, it's a big medium with a lot of different, blah, 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 blah. But I was just so pissed off, I didn't, I didn't want to engage with it because it felt like, once I let Quora think it can make a good point, it'll keep barging in.
pretty much.
Yeah. Shit, I'm gonna die on my way there. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, spooky.
This is not a good. Fuck. It's not a good world.
Sebastian, gamer quiz. Shit, I don't know how to preface this. let me think, because I got to figure out if the background does this. But do you know? Okay, so do you know how in old arcade games there would be like, let's say it was like a racing or like just something going from like left to right. It would be you, like your environment, then a little bit of foreground and maybe some mountains that went by faster, and then like another set further back that went by slower. Do you?
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what that term is called?
I cannot say I do. I've probably heard it before, but I've never like tried to figure it out.
All right, gamers in the comments. I didn't even say that like sarcastically. Like,
Said
you
that
know, people will be like,
genuinely.
"Let's go, gamers," but I'm like, "Wait, that is the only group that will know that."
Pretty much.
But parallaxing, it's called.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So everybody, throw a virtual bean at Sebastian in the comments. Pelt him with. I don't fucking
Okay.
know. I don't know. I just didn't want to say anything that cut too deep, so why not just assault your friend with beans? My sense of comedy is a little too deranged at times.
Sometimes it is, but I can't really say anything because I made jokes about 9/11 while we were playing a drawing game.
Yeah. I feel like, yep, that's what you
I
drew.
cannot say jokes about that on here. No jokes like that will be made. But it's funny. Immediate demonetization.
Just
right away.
just closing it out with, and if you disagree with me, you hate comedy.
I'll fight
Bye
you
now.
about
Good
God,
stuff.
I wouldn't last a day on like Twitch. I'd get banned so fast on there if I was allowed to say what I wanted.
Yeah. Well, you see that's because, you know, the liberals are no.
I won't bring politics into that. That's just because a lot of them are.
You are going to have to keep me from getting political on this
I will try my best. I can usually keep you from doing it, but I don't know if I'll be able to while we're doing YouTube stuff.
Yeah, I think now that I'm actually doing it, it's a bit easier to like be restrained as opposed to like when I'm like, man, I have these thoughts and I should just put them out there so people know. But you know, now that I'm like just talking about, you know, like
You gotta think about it. If we become like big YouTubers or something, people are gonna go back to these videos and stuff and watch them. And if some of them don't agree with you, it might lose some people. You know,
well,
do that or bring them up and try to get you banned. So I don't.
well, the views I hold, I feel like generally I'd be comfortable with people. I think the people who would disagree with me would either be reasonable or I'm like, oh,
I hope so.
well, you're wrong. Like you're wrong as a person with like ideologies. You're wrong. So I should be fine, but still, no need to get too deep into it.
Yeah.
Man, me and my girlfriend. Oh wait, I can't. I almost gave away the ending. So I'm gonna ask you a question. The same question I asked James.
Okay.
No doubt to at least as much comedic effect. Me and my girlfriend saw a I guess we'll call it a production called Babes in Toyland. We didn't watch it. We only saw it.
Where did you see this?
I want you to. That's the thing. I want you to guess what streaming service we saw this on.
Honestly, it could be any of them that support ads like that, like pop-up ads. It could honestly be any of them.
Do you want to shoot out a guess or?
Okay, I'm gonna need some context. So, what were you watching?
We were looking for things to watch. One of them like we were going through the lists, and one of them was Babes in Toyland.
Were you guys trying to watch?
No, no, I'm not gonna let you finish that thought.
Genuinely curious. Were you guys trying to watch something inappropriate? Gotta keep it somewhat appropriate on here.
It was on Disney Plus.
I'm sorry, what?
Yep, legit. It was some like Nutcracker ripoff. But just the most hilarious title.
Babes in Toyland.
We were spellbound, dude.
You folks heard it here. Disney supports. I'm not even gonna finish that.
I'll let you not. I'll spare you from that. Oh wow, what a weird note. I took when I was writing out the little stuff, I think I meant to write out VR goofiness, but I just wrote out VR goofy.
Yeah, very goofy. Been getting so many ads about the Oculus. It's honestly like surprising.
Yeah, I'm sure it's done pretty well, especially if you've got a PC to back it up. Like
very specifically the Oculus Quest 2.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very specifically. We've gotten like one ad about the normal Oculus, but overall it's just been a ton of ads about the Oculus Quest 2. Which I would be like, I would totally get that, but my friend down the street has one, so what's the point?
Yeah.
Eventually I'd get one. Once I get a job and stuff, I'd probably save up the money to get one.
Mm-hmm.
Or at the very least, just a straight up Oculus. Because
Yeah.
I have the PC to support it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
I got a decal, or no, not a decal. I got a Elite controller. You've heard about this, but from my dad for my birthday. And it came with, I think, what was the brand called, like Razer or something? It's got like a logo with like 3 snakes intertwined.
That's supposed to be, I think. Why do I have alarms going off? Hell. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be like the Kraken symbol for them.
Yeah, I have no idea what it is, but I got 2 stickers for it, and I put it on my Oculus, one of them, because it looked cool. But at the same time, when I take it out of the box, I'm like, do I have to research this? Is this like a white supremacist thing, or? But
no, it's their Kraken symbol. The reason I know that is because my headset that I'm currently using is a Razer headset. It's the Kraken series Razer headset.
yeah, I'm not like worried about it, but you know, like
you're not worried about it, but you're worried about it.
There are other symbols synonymous with like racially charged groups that have like I'm trying to like allude to a swastika, but
no, you can straight up say a swastika because of the fact that swastikas were originally a sign of peace.
yeah. So
because in all technicality, what they used was a reversed swastika,
yeah.
just like a pentagram is not a bad symbol. It's a upside down pentagram that is the bad, Satan worshipping symbol.
Yeah.
Which we do not support here. We are not Satan worshippers. Just so you know, he's an atheist and I'm agnostic. We don't go over that shit.
Strong, edgy atheist content. I shrug off religious dogma like I don't know what I shrug off, but
I'd probably end up getting classified closer to a pagan than an agnostic, but whatever.
Yeah. Man, I cannot catch up to you.
I'm not over there. I've been at spawn killing things, so I didn't have to deal with them. It should be easier now during the day, though. There should be less of them spawning over there.
Mm-hmm.
You are not catching a break over there, though.
Yeah. Jeepers. But yeah, I remember actually one time in middle school. What a stupid time middle school was. I think it's definitely the dumbest portion
Middle
of
school
your
is
education.
middle school is either the best or the worst years of your educational life.
I don't
Simple
think
as that.
I think you're in the middle of middle school if you think they're your best years.
No, well, first off, they were not my best years by any chance.
No, I mean like you, like a hypothetical you.
Hypothetically, yeah, but in reality, no. I did not enjoy my middle school time
Mm.
at all whatsoever. I mean, I was in a love triangle. First off, that's just not fun. I was in a love triangle in fucking freshman year of high school. It wasn't fun. Evan, you know all about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
I
were the one counseling me throughout the entire thing.
I was there. I was the one. You were like closing the third line in the triangle, and I'm
Actually,
like
no,
trying
no,
to
you
pry
want me
it
to be-
back.
To be specific, it was not a love triangle. It was a love pentagon.
I don't need to think about that.
It was horrible. I was really dumb. Wait, no, was it more than that?
Regardless of the quantity, I feel like you got it out of your system.
Anyways, that time is gone. Wasn't the greatest first year. But middle school wasn't great. As most people are, they're trying to figure out who they are. So naturally, of course, in 7th grade, I went down the path of being the bully.
Yeah. By the way, not that polygamy is bad. I just think like in a more like stable circumstance than what we were alluding to.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I don't know if I could go for polygamy.
I don't know, to be honest. Like, I feel like mentally I could, but like emotionally, it would be hard to divide that attention to different people at once.
Yeah, not to mention like how
You also get pretty frowned upon. Like, it's not a very accepted thing either.
yeah, I'm
I'm not against it, but like I just find it
Mhm.
odd.
I just think and I don't want to like diss anyone who's done it like well. I just think like inevitably there's going to be some weird like relation like
Her or me?
imbalances with the relationships. Yeah. Like
I think that if you can pull it off, props on you. But
yeah.
I'm not going to shame you if it doesn't go well, you know? Because it's a very hard thing to try and manage.
I was gonna tell a
And if-
story about an individual I know, but
boy.
they
Maybe
may be
we
on
should.
there, so I'll leave it up to them. In the unlikely instance that polygamy gets brought up again,
I may or may not have just taken all of your stuff because I wasn't looking at my screen.
that's fine, dude. Better with you than with me. Honestly, we should have gotten you to capture the gameplay, because I'm just not paying attention.
Maybe we should have. To be honest, I think it might have been better for me too because I also have access to more games
hmm
and I could have streamed them on Discord for you to watch anyways.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking was Discord. Right.
Honestly, would that work if I streamed it on Discord? Could you just record my gameplay?
I was thinking maybe there would have been lag, but like who cares? It's like
It's a stream.
It's-
It doesn't matter if there's a lag or not.
it's not a
We can
LAN tournament.
We can match it up, honestly. Like in the editing process, we could just match everything up to be at the right pace.
Oh, I really hate that you mentioned that, because now I'm thinking, wait, with OBS, can I like rip the audio from the video? Does it even?
You should be able to.
I don't know. I haven't
Maybe.
like gotten under the
Yep.
hood enough yet in order to see.
I don't know. We'll see eventually.
Yeah. Dude,
Um,
making content is or I'll let you say
no,
your-
you go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Making content is like expensive. Like I get into editing a video that me and Sky are making, and I forget every time, like, oh, I need to pay for literally any stock sound effect I want. And imagine on like a big scale for people who buy like Adobe, is it just Adobe After Effects or like Adobe Premium or something?
I think it might be Adobe Premium.
Yeah,
But don't
which
quote
is
me on
like
that.
hundreds
No,
of dollars. It's not ridiculous, but it's like a big investment.
it's still pretty expensive.
Yeah, like you gotta have confidence in yourself to
I will give
invest
you
in
your
that.
tools back
Oh,
if they're
cool.
here. No, you kept your tools, didn't you?
I mean, like I got my basic tools. I think really
Yeah.
all I had was some like wood, torches, and a spear, and maybe rope.
Yeah, you didn't have like a ton. I'll give you your spear back though. How do I drop this? I don't know how to drop. This is a problem. Um, Game, how do you drop?
This is fun.
I'm experiencing problems. Hold on. Drop. Drop.
Huh. This is too much. I gotta get good at this. This is too much. This is too much time to ponder.
Here's this blowpipe as well. It was in there.
Yeah. I have no darts for it, but you know.
I think it takes seeds. So here's some seeds.
Ooh. Yeah. Let me
yeah.
check if friendly fire's on. Anyway.
It is not. I can turn it on, but
No.
not good. Maybe with our next video we can try doing the streaming thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know, I feel like it would be pretty interesting to watch someone play a game like Death Stranding or something.
Yeah, certainly. I just feel like we probably shouldn't get into a game that's super sweaty, like TF2. Like no one wants to hear like a random keyboard slam in the middle of the podcast.
That would come from me. If
I mean, probably.
If anyone wants to know any of the rage that happens while playing games, it's all gonna come from me.
Yeah.
And really only me, because I'm like the sweat of the group, so I'm not proud of it, but it happens.
If there is any morphing into a absolute gamer kaiju, it will be done on the part of Sebastian over here.
Yeah, I have quite a few games.
Yeah, indeed.
That would probably be pretty interesting to watch.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Beastistry.
Oh, can I shoot this bird? Can I get him? Believe in me, everybody. Got him. That was needless, but yeah.
Dude, we could play rock, paper, scissors.
We can?
Yeah, come over here. Hit escape and look in the bottom right of where your inventory is. There's a emotes window. And you can straight up play rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, my inventory. I see. Where is it?
See those like yeah.
I will
like,
do one so that I can focus on
rock. That's paper. This is rock. That's scissors.
Okay. Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, blah.
I win.
You got me. You got me good.
That was a very like anticlimactic game of rock, paper, scissors.
And so I lost my share of the company. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I'm editing together a video right now. It's pretty funny. I don't... There's always the issue of being embarrassed by your own content. I don't know if I will tell you what it is. Or
You
like
certainly
when it's
don't have
out.
to do it on video, but
Yeah, I won't incriminate myself that much, but yeah. Oh man. We were talking about, what were we talking about? It was way earlier about how you play
so much.
yeah, how you'd play games that you would play for like one sitting. Doesn't it feel like there are like on a larger scale, like game communities as a whole, they're way more like either like they're really good and they're like a live service that'll last forever, or they're like a flash in the pan that's like good or bad. Either way, it'll get forgotten about like a month later. or like 2 months.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Has that occurred to you with that new Assassin's Creed game? What's the dude's name? Fucking like
Valhalla?
Igor or some shit.
Ivor, something. I don't remember entirely.
I thought I would have like joked you into remembering, but no.
Unfortunate. It's a fun game, but my interest didn't last in a terribly long time with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good game, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot about the game that I just don't really care for.
Dang. 50th Green Slime.
Oh man.
They'll be writing the Ballad of Evan and the Green Goop before long.
Okay.
Ballad is like one of my favorite titles for
Such an interesting.
whatever. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Copper's not very good.
Yeah.
It's like
Gotta bust into the Bronze Age, am I right? Which came first, copper or bronze? I have no idea.
probably Copper,
I
I
mean,
wanna say.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
but who the hell knows?
Mm-hmm. Maybe next time we'll bring up Half-Life, because I did kind of want to...
I would. Okay, something I would love to do. So, when it comes with Half-Life, just on the game level, it's a wonderful game.
Mm-hmm.
It was, dare I say, revolutionary.
Oh, yes.
It was revolutionary
I think...
because it made first-person shooters the way that they are today.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wonderful game. I have the remastered version of it,
Mm-hmm. I
Black
went ahead and
Mesa.
got the standard version.
which is honestly fine. I've played the standard version, which is why I went with getting the remastered version because I wanted to see what they had done with it.
Right.
They did really well. And what I find cool about it is Valve supported it and was like, "Yeah, that's cool.
What?
Put it on Steam."
A company not being predatory towards people who want to better their...
That's part of the reason why I like Valve so much is they're not like negative about remasters and such.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they fully support. They have the Steam Workshop, man. I think that says enough about them.
Yeah, I do I don't really like how they're like, we can just sit back forever and make money. Like, we can never make a game again and we will do fine.
They honestly could never make a game again and they would be fine.
Yeah.
But that's not what they're going to do. They're still going to make games. I mean, with Half-Life Alyx, you'll see at the end, they practically confirmed a Half-Life 3.
Right. Yeah. I don't
Extra
like
good.
that we've got to get like premium accounts on TF2 in order to be able to chat. I don't know if you've done that yet, but I haven't. It seems like you probably have since you've chatted on there a few times, right?
You need a premium account to chat?
Apparently, yeah.
Where have you heard this?
I don't know. It's chat wasn't enabled for my account.
That's bizarre because I have been chatting on that game ever since I got it.
Okay, when did you get it? Because it was a thing they did in like July of 2020, I think I remember.
Well, then I've had the game. I've had the game for almost 7-8 years now.
Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, I feel like it's kind of bad because like there's such elitism to that game already, that it's like, oh, you free to play players. It's not my favorite thing. But I suppose there are definitely more predatory business practices, but like it's kind of weird.
EA.
Yeah. Nintendo too though. Like
Yeah.
the day has passed where I doubt they changed their minds, because why would they? Because it's not like Public Outcry has ever done anything. But Super Mario like 3D All-Stars should be like gone now, just for no reason.
Probably.
Yeah, I think it was like March 20th, or it was someday earlier in March. that they were like gonna just pull it because they love their artificial scarcity.
Yep.
It's annoying. I don't think Nintendo could make a really good new independent property, and maybe James, since he owns a Switch, and is a bit more of a Nintendo gamer than I'd say either of us, will agree with me or not on that.
I stopped with Nintendo after the Wii.
Yeah. But
There wasn't much else to do with Nintendo after that for me, because I was so much of a Xbox, PlayStation gamer after that.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like their new formula for games has really only been able to suit like some of their older things and like dumb HD remasters that they sell at like $60, even though the actual game they're basing it off of is like 15 years old or something.
Yeah, it would have been sold for like $10 back then.
Yeah. I think they're making a remaster of Twilight Princess, which is a Zelda game.
What's the point?
But no, here's the really big like why. The remaster is $60 when the original was like 50, which is
That's just
yeah.
That's not okay.
It's pretty rough. But yeah, I don't think they could make a new game that could even hold a candle to the expectations they've set. They do have a good library, but I don't know.
Is that an owl? Look, fuck you.
Not anymore, it's not.
Nintendo's just fallen off really badly. Fucking Apex Legends on the Nintendo Switch. Really?
I wonder. Oh, my brother doesn't even have the live service to play it, but he was really excited for it because he's got a Switch. Yeah.
I heard that the graphics are so bad you'd probably get better graphics on a phone.
Ugh. Yeah.
Like straight up potato graphics.
It sounds like a fun experience, but you know, maybe not where you want to go for the actual gameplay.
To play it. It's more or less mobile.
Yeah.
I don't want to play that personally. That doesn't sound like fun.
I wanted to I was in a really big Mega Man X mood because that's one of my like favorite games since when I was a kid, because I didn't grow up playing like any GTA or COD. I grew up playing like Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Super Mario Bros.
I grew up playing both. Like
Yeah.
I played a lot of mainstream games and a lot of non-mainstream games.
But yeah, Mega Man X was one of those really good ones. It's hard, dude. Like I only beat it when I like 2 years ago when I turned 16 for the first time. And I wanted to get it on mobile. It was like $5 because I just had like a real craving for it, because obviously I can only play it on my Super Nintendo and I got to be at a specific house in order to have access to it. But it would probably like not be a good experience playing that on mobile, where like you can imagine without having like 8 buttons at your disposal, it's way harder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder.
I've recently kind of been hit by the realization that nostalgia is a bigger thing than people realize. Like, they'll like a specific, like, some example. A lot of people like Jacksepticeye back when he had green hair. They say that was the best Jacksepticeye. And recently he uploaded a video that kind of, talked about that. And it made me kind of realize that nostalgia dictates my feelings towards things more than I thought. And the fact that it's not the game or the person or the videos or movies that we missed, it's how we felt, how we were then that we miss.
Yeah, that's really true.
And it kind of it made me realize, I was like, yeah, like back then Jacksepticeye was uploading 2 videos every single day, no matter what, no matter how he was feeling, no matter what. So I had nothing but a constant stream of stuff to watch, which overall made me a lot happier. And really, that nostalgia is just kind of hitting me, and it's like, damn,
Mm-hmm.
fucker's right.
Yeah. I hope people don't forget about Unis Honest. Like, I want to be.
I will never forget about Unis Honest because of the fact that it was so different, you know? Like, I love the content that they put out, and I also love the idea that they just deleted it.
Mm-hmm.
After a year, after all the work that they put into it, it was just gone. And it
Yeah.
just kind of made you sit there and realize, damn,
I
all
was.
of your hard work could just be gone
Mm-hmm.
in a second.
I woke up. I stayed up. For the ending stream. I hadn't really watched it. I probably watched like maybe 5%, but I still really enjoyed it. But yeah, I like really fanboyed out during the last day. And I watched like probably 10 hours of it. That sounds so unhealthy. Like, imagine doing anything that's other than like what we do like online for more than 10 hours. It just sounds weird.
Yeah, there was one time I thought that I was like a huge gamer when I sat my dad on my dad's computer for like 5 hours, and now here I am,
Oh, we can just
almost 17 years old, playing video games for like 12 hours because I have nothing better to do.
Yep.
I'm like, man, I really wish that I was back in that period of time where I had something to do.
Mm-hmm. But you mentioned nostalgia. This is a bit of a niche thing for me, but when Red Dead Redemption 2 was coming out, not like for a good long stretch of it, I felt the same way. And especially near like the ending, and that what you would probably count as like the first ending. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But like the time that came out, like before it came out, it felt like so like big. Like, this is gonna be like the game of this like console generation that like I'm gonna remember playing, and I'm sure I will. But I don't know. It's just not. I don't want to play it down, but the nostalgia was definitely like a big role in like that. It felt so undiscovered and stuff.
I loved the game. It was, in my opinion, it was the best game of this generation of games.
Yeah.
And I hold a lot of nostalgia to it. I really do, because that game brought happiness to my life during a time where I was not so happy.
Right.
Because that was what, like, into freshman year of high school.
Mm-hmm.
You know, wasn't the greatest time for me. So that game just kind of brought me the happiness that I wanted. So I'll probably always have that nostalgia factor to it. It was also just a phenomenal game.
It is like, as usual, like a feat of like almost like cinematography.
It was such a cinematic experience. Sometimes it felt like I wasn't even playing a game.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, it probably will just end up being remembered only for the nostalgia of it.
Yeah. It'd be interesting if we took off at all, and like even like 100 people is taking off. If there's like, if we provide that really.
Our first video, dude, has 20 views.
Yeah, which is pretty good. I had to remove bots actually. The first two comments, and this really disheartened me, were bots that took you to like how do I describe this? They were like porn ads that you knew would like infect your PC or whatever.
Oh.
Like it was just like a random URL that I clicked, and I'm like, why did I have to get bots for my first comments? But I removed them, and I prefer the no comments that are up there now to the alternative of it just being a wasteland of bots.
I will always prefer there to be no comments than to it being bots. It's so discouraging for some reason.
Yeah, it's like, oh, so that's what I am. I'm like
I'm bot king,
yeah, I'm
king of bots.
my content is at such a low point that, you know, people feel comfortable just spamming stuff. But yeah,
One day we'll take off.
yeah.
We're
And,
likable people.
And regardless, like having nostalgia for myself is fine too. Like, I don't need fans.
Honestly, this will end up being something that we probably remember our entire lives.
Yeah.
Even if it never takes off, it'll be like, yeah, you remember when we were making videos and stuff.
Like it's such a collection of things going on. Like I'm 18 now.
I'm gonna be turning 17 here.
Yeah.
I'm failing school.
Yeah, and the distance learning and like my first vaccination, which is pretty cool. So now I can sneeze into people's drinks. I'm kidding.
It's funny. It's funny.
Don't worry, bro. I'm vaccinated. You're all good. Dude, sit down. It's not a big deal. It's just prank.
Prank, bro. Calm down.
Dude, I brought this up the first episode too. Now that I have siblings and I've seen like the shit that just naturally gets recommended to kids and the stuff they're naturally they gravitate towards on YouTube, my kids aren't going to be allowed to watch it until they're like 12. I don't care what I'm depriving them of. I'm not putting up with like the clickbaity culture of it.
What I will do when I have children is I will allow them to watch YouTube and stuff, but I will only allow them to watch what I want them to watch until
Yeah.
they're old enough for them to truly have developed their true likes and dislikes. And hey, if they end up liking the clickbait stuff for some reason, then whatever.
I had an
Your
interesting
stupidity.
Yeah, I had an interesting thought earlier today. The people who make videos like that, like you can usually tell if someone's a good YouTuber, and I'll say excluding like drama, because I'm sure there's plenty of people who are like terrible who rely off of that, but like the self-awareness in YouTube, like referring to like ad revenue and stuff, and like, you know, like the good people rely on like being present about the sort of things, whereas, you know, clickbaity people can just like plug their merch if they have it and ask the kids to hit the like button and
See, what a lot of YouTubers are having to resort to, like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, don't get monetized very often
mm-hmm.
because of the fact that they don't want to change their ways,
Right.
because they find it to be stupid that they have to change how they've been doing things all this time just for YouTube.
Yeah.
So in their cases, they're relying on merch and stuff, which honestly, if you and I end up becoming like big, that's probably what we'd have to do. Either that or have jobs.
Yeah.
We would not be able to rely on like YouTube
Mm-hmm.
revenue. This just wouldn't work because there's no way in how we'd get monetized.
Yeah. I
know damn well the way we speak alone is the first thing that's not going to get us monetized.
Yeah, way to steal that kill from me there, you sweat. I'm kidding. Shit. I've got a lot of things that I feel I would be fine with doing. Like, it's a bit weird to bring up, but like, I'll be back for that. Like, I like ASMR, like, and I would be fine like making it. It'd be weird. I probably would need like a second job to supplement that. But I would like gladly have like some sort of content creation, be it like memes, like really shitty memes where it's just
meme review.
Like, I don't mean like I could never be good at editing. I don't have the confidence in myself, but like I could do something akin to like what the Minute Hour does, like sketch comedy.
Oh
And like supplement that with a part-time job or like I don't know, but the idea of a full-time job for me, it just feels like I'd feel trapped, I'm pretty sure.
yeah. No, that's fair. Unless I got a job doing something I really enjoyed, probably would just feel very trapped.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why this is part of the reason why it'd be awesome if this whole YouTube thing could kind of take off. That would honestly really kind of solve my worries. It'd be really cool because it'd be something that I could always do. No matter
Teens
the
beg for
circumstance,
internet
really.
clout for 90 minutes. But yeah, I don't know about you. I mean, like, you've told me, and I don't know why I phrased it like that. I believe you, to be clear. But your dream job, maybe you didn't phrase it that way, but like mine would be in the games industry.
Same here. It will always be in the game industry that I want.
Yeah, I would love to be the creative director for a game. It's just like I've run into a lot of information on the internet that's like kind of conflicting. Like I remember I just looked it up the other day, like a game design degree. I looked it up and it's like, yeah, sure, bro, you could. That's perfectly reliable. I'm pretty sure fucking Cora was one of the results. But then there was also someone who was like, no, you're wasting your time and your money. That is way too specific. You need to get a job in like general programming. And I'm like, but I don't want to be a programmer. But like, it's like, it's always felt very fun, but very unclear.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd just be happy with any game or any job in the gaming industry.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, viewers could probably deduce as much with us talking about it for like hour and 20 minutes now.
Has it really been that long already? Damn.
Yeah. I'm surprised. There's been a bit of neutral space, but for audio.
Yeah.
But a pretty good start.
Yeah, no, it is a pretty good start.
Wow, I don't like that eyeball in the distance. Feels like it's looking at me. I think this game does have parallaxing, actually. Yeah.
Ugh. Bro, what's the max we should let our episodes go to? That's the question.
What kind of strain do I want to put on my PC for editing?
Probably should only let it go till like an hour and a half or something.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I don't know.
10
I
o'clock
honestly
we
think,
shut it down.
yeah,
Yeah.
all right.
Kick out all the viewers. It's closing time. You
Time
don't
to
gotta
go
go home, but you can't stay here. Oh, dude, really funny story before we to close it off. So James came up here from the hometown me and him used to live in. He's still there. He should get out, but if he can. Suburban areas suck, dude.
Oh, I know. I used to live in them.
Yeah. I should show you a video by one Echo Gecko. He makes a lovely little saga on all the ways suburbia is like terrible, like for the environment, for mental health, and all sorts of things. But my buddy was visiting, and we were gonna go for malts. And we left my house with cash in hand. And we're walking down, and we make it maybe like I don't know spatially how long, so like 5 minutes out the door, just chatting, and this guy walks up to us and he goes, "Hey guys, could you want $50?" We're like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, come on, could you punch me? I'll give you $50. Punch me, give me a black guy, I gotta go home and cry to my wife. And it was such an interesting thing.
This
Obviously, we
actually
said
happened. Oh my god.
no. We
Alright.
said no, of course, because like this is not what's about to happen. Like he's trying to he's trying to use his newly spent speech skill points, and it's not working. This old man. My buddy thought like it was probably like he'd like call the cops on us or something. But it's just like such strange logic. Like, just give yourself your own black eye, dude. And why do you need to go home and cry to your wife? Just go be with your wife.
He wants to feel happy around his wife, which he does not right now. Oh man, I might have punched him for that $50.
Dude, no, man, it would not have gone down well.
No, first I would have pulled out my phone, secretly started recording, asked him, and then done it. And I've been like, well, I got his consent to do it. It's not assault.
Oh man, I hope someone, if you're out there, old man, I hope you found a nice person to spend $50 on to give you that black eye you wanted.
I hope it was a very nice black eye.
Yeah, a real shiner. Is that what they call black eyes?
Think so?
Old people dialect is so stupid.
Oh, they think our dialect is fucking retarded. So
Okay, I'd say ours is definitely way more removed from reality.
and yeah,
But
in a
like
lot
it's
of ways.
mine, so I don't care.
Exactly.
I got my stuff back. They were good malts. We'll have to go to that place sometime if you want. The banana malts there are to commit arson for.
Very specific there.
Yeah.
Arson. Very very specifically arson.
Yep.
Not theft or anything, just arson.
Not quite tax fraud.
Jeez.
Oh man. Well, surrounded by monsters, who will probably wipe out all of my progress yet again. I will close out the stream. So thanks everybody. I hope I can have this edited up in time. I look forward to clearing out the bots in our comment section.
That'll be fun.
That will be very
I'll
fun.
I'll get the help. Now that I'm actually like involved with the channel.
For sure. All right. Well, that was a lot of fun. I will see you next time, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.